I now yield 5 minutes to the ranking member, Mr. Chaffetz of Utah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Our hope and interest is in what's the best interest of the District of Columbia and in the United States of America. And I happen to believe that a good collaborative effort is one that our framers had envisioned. And that as you make the case that the city is working so well and so financially prudent and it's got good budget stopgaps in place and checks and balances, I can only wish the federal government would have some of that same discipline before it goes off and puts more and more, literally trillions of dollars on our kids' future on just the credit card. So I wish we had some of the financial controls and discipline that are obviously implemented at the city. Chairman, let me ask you first. You said in your testimony that, and I quote, "District has clearly demonstrated that we have earned the right to budget autonomy," end quote. And you obviously are making the case that everything's going so well. At the same time, you also say that, quote, "All other state governments in our nation have this flexibility." My concern is that the District of Columbia is not a state. It's not a state, and it is dealt with differently. And I guess I take issue with that characterization of other states, and perhaps that's just a small typo. But for those of us that are concerned about that, I truly am concerned about that. If things are going so well, what sort of grade would you give the mayor?
Well, the legislation is not about the mayor's performance, but obviously we work well with the mayor. We've worked through, over the last 3 years, we've worked well to try to create a balanced budget. And I think the evidence is in the audits, the evidence is in the fund balance that you see portrayed over there. It is evident in how this jurisdiction has been run. I think the...
And I appreciate it. I have such little time. I appreciate it. I guess what I was hoping, and I did hear, is the spirit of cooperation.
That's exactly right, and collaboration.
That same sort of cooperation, I think, can happen between the city and the Congress. And one of the statistics that jumps out along the way is how infrequently the Congress actually does inject itself into some very volatile issues. But I do think it is that sort of check and balance within the constitutional framework that is important to us going forward. Mayor, if I can go to you, because again my time is so short, I want to talk for just a moment, if I could, about the Opportunity Scholarship Program. Do you support the reauthorization of the Opportunity Scholarship Program in the District of Columbia, including entry for new students?
As contained in the three-sector approach, which has been a part of the submission from the President in both the past administration and the current, yes.
And I need to jump quickly. Taking that same kind of concept of autonomy, you know, one of the issues that has come up is about the same-sex marriage law. Are you, as you are here supporting greater autonomy for the District of Columbia, would you extend that principle to the local voters in the form of a referendum on same-sex marriage law, as has been done in 31 states?
Short answer is no. Longer answer is I believe the people of the District of Columbia have elected a fabulous council of the District of Columbia who has all the tools necessary to make the type of decisions on what laws should and should not be passed.
Chairman, did you want to address that?
My answer is no as well, Congressman Chaffetz. We were elected to represent the people. I think the Council of the District of Columbia has done that extremely well. We tackle very difficult issues every day. When you look at school governance, that certainly was an issue around.
Well, I want to stick to the
well, I'm trying to give you an example of how we have decided issues as a council that I think are analogous to this. School governance, building a baseball.
My apologies.
We represent the people.
My time is so short. I'm disappointed that the people are not given an opportunity to vote on this issue. And if there's confidence in the council and others that this would pass, then allow the vote. But I think we've seen in 31 states, again, different than the District of Columbia, it has passed 31 times in a row in opposition of the same-sex marriage. Last question. The administration is pushing to take over at least there's a suggestion, they should take over the safety components dealing with mass transit, specific like the metro and whatnot. What's your reaction to that? Should that be something of great autonomy to the city? And I recognize that it goes into other states and whatnot. But is the administration moving in the right direction, or is it?
From what I understand, the administration is looking at it on a national level. I haven't done the proper level of inquiry. Once we do, we'd be glad to present you with the full views of the local government.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. Appreciate it.